Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Excited to announce a new segment on the channel. Interesting Facebook Marketplace finds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look on Facebook Marketplace for really cool camper vans and travel trailers and schoolies, anything that I think you guys will enjoy. And I'm gonna visit them and do an inspection and do a walkthrough tour with you. That way you could see these cool RVs and travel trailers that are listed for sale. But I want you to be able to help the viewers. Maybe there's something I missed in the tour. Maybe there's some information that you want to share about a particular manufacturer with the viewers. I'd love it if you did that. Also, at the very end of the video, I'm going to reveal the sale price it's listed for, but I want you to be able to guess before I do that what it's worth. So I hope you enjoy this new segment, and let's get started. This particular trailer is listed in Facebook Marketplace on the Jersey Shore in New Jersey. And it's listed that it's 48 inches wide by 76 inches long. And that's the floor on the inside. So the actual length on the exterior is 8.5 feet long. And there's no weight listed, but it is estimated that it's a 1980 model. And the manufacturer is Bilt, MAC-BILT. And was a relative that had it for approximately 20 years, and now the family's selling it. And from what I understand, these were built locally as a kit possibly, and there's not too much history on this company, but I don't believe they're in business anymore. What caught my eye was the details. Look at the style of the fender. Looks like an antique automobile, and when you come up to it, it's like a fiberglass material, but it has a really cool look and a really cool style to it. And then check out those chrome hubcaps with the company's logo built into it. This is definitely old enough that I don't see any web address or anything on it. And then look at the exterior. It's all aluminum, so it's aluminum sheets. And it's got an aluminum rail here up top. And I already peeked inside. It's got a little bit of water damage, but I would expect that because the roof vent up top here is cracked. And you could see that it needs to be resealed too. So maybe you could just replace the lid portion or the whole entire thing and caulk it properly with the proper RV caulking materials. Up front here has a standard A-frame with a 2-inch style ball. Has a manual hitch jack. Looks like it's a little bent. All right, so that might be able to be bent back. And then I didn't test the lights, but it's got a flat 4 connection. So that would indicate that this does not have trailer brakes on it. So this is just for lights and blinkers and whatnot. So your vehicle would have to have at least a flat 4 connection in order to haul this. And it looks like it has an optional box on the front. So it looks like it's an afterthought. If you look at the trailer, it's got this box on the front, and it's got some latches here, an aluminum handle, aluminum trim. Let's take a look, and I always open slow, you don't know what's in. All right, so it's all plywood, and it's clad with the exterior in aluminum. Looks like it has some water leaks. That's all right. This is just an exterior box. Someone could either rebuild this or remove it. All right. So whenever I go up to an older trailer, you want to make sure first that it's roadworthy, right? Because if you're going to buy it, you want to be able to get it home. So let's take a look at the chassis here. The frame looks to be in good condition. All right, and then, you want to make sure your lights work too. And then underneath, the frame actually looks pretty good all throughout. It's got a plywood floor, but it's got a coating on it. I don't see any rot here. And it looks like a spare tire mount down there, awfully low. No spare tire anymore. And the tires look to be in good condition. So you know, you got to be concerned about bearings, right? So you don't want to get 10 miles down the road and the wheel fall off because the bearings don't have any grease in them. So that's something you want to inspect. But also the tires. Usually, rule of thumb is on a trailer tire, you want to replace it if it's older than 6 years of the manufacturer. And the tires, they have DOT numbers on them, but I don't see it as of yet. The print is really small. These are really small tires. But I don't see any dry rotting on them, but I would definitely check to see the date. One cool thing is most manufacturers that build travel trailers do not balance their tires and rims, and this particular manufacturer did. So that's a good sign that they did make a good quality product, or at least that they cared. All right, then we come to the back, and let's see what kind of lights we have. So it looks like there's just a reflector style light. It's like a rubber housing. And then a trailer light. So this will be your blinker and your turn signal. But now it leads me to this. I can see the aluminum side here separated from the body. You can see in there, it's all plywood and like 1x stock. And then the back here is wrapped in aluminum. So, you know, this is gonna need to be repaired, and some of the rotted wood's gonna have to be taken out of the inside. You know, it would be expected on an older trailer like this to have some rot. You just don't want it to be rotten to the point where it's not salvageable. You know, so when you push on it, if the whole thing was racking back and forth, that would be an indicator that it lost its structural integrity. But also look at the seam here. You know, this looks like a good area for water to collect. You know, it could possibly be running down the roof and getting in and then going down the sidewall and rotting out that back. This all needs to be maintained and caulked, you know, but sometimes when trailers sit, they're not looked at, inspected regularly, so that's when stuff like that happens. And even this, like this screw, this is in, there's no seal around it. You want to put some die-core sealant on top of those after you clean them up. But it's got an aluminum hinge here for the clamshell back. And then down below, there's a license plate bracket. It's a little rusted out, and yeah, you got to make sure these lights operate too. And then let's go underneath the back. Something going on over there. Some wires loose. All right, not terrible. Now, let's go to this side before you open that up. All right, this corner is much better. You know, still aluminum lays on top of wood, so the wood could be rotted out behind it. Has its reflector, it has its turn signal, and then this tire looks to be in the same condition as the other side. They're P passenger tires, 205/75 R15. I can see some checkering here. So these are little dry rots, they have to be replaced. There's a window on this side. It's a slider style window. It's really nice. It's got a really cool look to it. I think it's, you know, going to be worth restoring. It's just a matter of how much is it going to take to get this restored. All right, now let's open up the back. Okay, so we opened up the back. There's leg supports, so I got to put them in. One. It's hard to do with one hand, but they sit in these little cups here. And they go up, and there's extra support up top. Then it locks into these little cleats. You can see the curved wood that they have throughout. Really nice look to it. Let's get a visual step back a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. There's no systems back here, so there's no water pump, there's no cooktop. There's no sink unless, oh, look at this. Maybe this is the sink. So this pulls out. You can see it's all plywood. It's not particle board. It's got some laminate on it. All right, so that comes out. There you go. It's got a little wash basin area. And it's got regular vinyl floor throughout, so the floor's down before anything else went in. Here's that corner that got compromised with water. As you go further up, it's not, so maybe you could just cut that section out and repair it. It does have an access panel back here. Some battery-powered Emerson lights. A little ledge up top. Put some of your cooking stuff. You could just do a portable camp stove on these. All right. Little cubby here to put some more items. And then this shelf structure is held up by aluminum angle brackets. But you can see there's some rot in this corner. So if you're going to inspect an RV, the first thing you do, I do, is I look for delamination. And delamination sidewalls in fiberglass RVs is very common if water gets between the skin and the interior structure. On this particular model, because it's aluminum, you don't see the delamination. Fiberglass will ripple out and it'll be soft to touch. You know, this will always move because it's aluminum over wood. All right, now let's look at the door. Looks like it's a catalog style door. They bought it out of a catalog. There's lots of doors you could buy online. And it's got this catch that goes into this receiver, and the same door handle as the back. And by the way, I want to mention this was advertised no title. Now to some people that's a deal breaker. For other people, you could buy a trailer title. You know, you could buy a Harbor Freight trailer, comes with the title, and you know, put the frame underneath this and retitle it. It's an option. Look at this. This is like car door pulls off of like a 80s car. There's your door latch. But look at the gaskets here. This thin rubber gasket's all compressed. That needs to be replaced. This foam gasket really isn't doing much. That's for wind. Let's check out the slider. That's good. Screen's in good shape too. And they're tinted windows. But look at the bottom of the door. The bottom of the door has some water damage. Now where's that coming from? Well, there's a heavy duty gutter up top, big. You know, it's not flimsy. But when you get down here, I think the water's coming down and saturating the door all the way at the bottom. Or it could potentially be that water's getting behind here, or in the latch here, and then saturated the bottom. Even look at that corner, it's coming apart. So just to go over it again, it's listed as a 1980 Mack Bilt trailer. 48-inch wide, 76-inch long floor. You can put a nice double mattress in here. But look at the woodwork inside. It's all stained like oak. It's got a little bit of water damage in that corner there. Could just be from moisture. Little shelf with some bungees. Tiny little window that doesn't open in the front. And then the front wall is just plywood. And another slider on that side, another car door pull. I guess that's to pull yourself out of bed. It's got a bar up on the roof here. You could probably attach things or hang things from. And then it's got this little shelf ledge in the back. And you can see some water damage to the vinyl floor in that corner, but look at this corner. This is probably the worst. So that all needs to be repaired. I mean, the floor is pretty solid. I'm pretty sure it's going to be soft in those back corners. So floor repairs can get expensive on a typical travel trailer, but something like this, it might not take a lot to fix the floor. All right, let's go over here, because let's look for the VIN plate and production information. It's most likely over here. All right, so what we have, it says the GVWR, looks like 1,000 pounds. And someone painted the frame, so they painted over some of the stuff, but it says model 1995 UE 091-13, and there's your VIN number. I wonder if we could scrape some of this paint off to get to the manufacture date. '9 of 1995. So this is a 1995 travel trailer, and look at the telephone number of the place that built it. Oh, and you also want to make sure these are optional. You don't want that popping off the ball on your way home. There's no safety chains on this either. I would definitely get some safety chains. Well, I don't know, folks. What do you think? What do you think about this trailer, this particular trailer? Anybody willing to take on a project like this? You can make it into a really cool retro style camper for not a lot of money, but this completely restored and working and operational, what do you guys think the value would be? What are you guessing it's worth right now in its current condition? I'll tell you what it's listed for. It's listed for $2,500, no title, needs work. You know, if I had time, I'd buy this thing. It's got that eye appeal to it. It's not that far gone. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love it. And we'll see you soon.